Okay, we are back. Let me post the link again. Okay. Okay, and I should post that in the comments of Facebook and Twitter. Oh, the Instagram story is not going to work anymore. I should just delete that one and post it again. Opening Photoshop. Oh my god, so much stuff. This is a full-time job and blah 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 blah. Okay, here in the comments. Okay, second attempt after blackout. And there we go, exclamation mark, link, and copy that, post that, and then on Twitter. Okay, wait, where's my file? Okay, here we go. Out in progress. So that would be you. There we go. Okay. Okay, wait. I'm still building back to it. Anybody back in the chat? Okay, Mo, welcome back. You welcome back. Night Cow, welcome. You're not back. Wait, did I post this in the Discord? Okay. What happened? I had a blackout. Well, I mean, okay, no, that sounds like I was drunk or something. And I blacked out. The power went out. The power went out and okay, I have to post it on Twitter. Let's post that. Okay. And Instagram. I have to repost it on Instagram. Okay. I have to do the whole thing again. Okay, here we go. Nat Class, hello. I see you're here. You had told us that you that you weren't gonna make it this week, but you did make it, and that makes me happy. Why? And Sabrina, welcome back. Yeah, we had a power blackout. It was and the thing is, once the power returns, I don't like immediately turning on the computer. I prefer to give it a moment. You know, to make sure that it's actually back. And also our internet takes forever to connect. Like it just takes forever. The internet itself connects pretty quickly, but the 5G network takes forever to connect. So yeah. Okay, wait. I'm posting on Instagram again. And paste that. And delete that. Done. There's the link to my story, but now I have to delete the other story. So let's go my story. Okay, and this one we're gonna delete because it's no longer okay. I think that's that. I don't think I'm missing anything. You thought your parents were gonna be around today, but they aren't here until late tonight. You'll be out Friday. Okay. Well, I'm very glad you're here. Sad you won't be here on Friday for the art challenge, though. But you're here now. And that really is... I mean, I don't know. Do you like your parents? Are they like are they? Do we like your parents? Or are they? I don't know. Do we? Oh, right, I have to open. Okay. Let me open side. No, that's not what I wanted to open up. Okay, wait, I have to open Synapse. Oh, let me see if it saved. I had to do some edits to my keypad. By the way, remember about a month or so ago that I did a review of the keypad, and I said, this works, this doesn't work, and stuff like that. Well, here we are. Okay, I got it in February, I think. And here we are in May, so 4 months later. And, I mean, wait, when did I close Photoshop? When did that happen? Did it crash? Nah, it didn't crash. I bet I just accidentally closed it. Yeah, I accidentally closed it. Okay. So here we are 4 months later, and I've kind of gotten used to the keypad, and now it's like, yes, I must work with my keypad, like at all times. It's become indispensable to me. So yeah, who knew? So I'm glad I didn't like make a review of it before. So okay, let's see. You do like your parents. The trip was a little spontaneous, so leaving on Sunday. Sorry to be ready to have my house back by then, but I do like them. Well, I don't. Taking away nap class time. So I do not approve. You're gonna have to sell us better on the idea of these so-called parents you speak of. Okay, and wow, my Photoshop, like all my Photoshop configuration is a little gone because I think I might need to save it. Let me see if I can save this workspace. No, I don't want to I don't want to lock it. Okay, new workspace. This one is going to be called... Wait, did it save my keyboard shortcuts? Okay, yes. So I'm going to save this workspace. Because one thing, tomorrow I teach a class about doing 360-degree illustrations in Photoshop. But the thing is, every time you switch over to 360-degree illustration, Photoshop, you need to change the workspace to the 3D workspace of Photoshop. And the problem is that as soon as you go back, all my window adjustments are lost. So I'm gonna... No, not lock workspace. Don't lock it. Just save it. This is the new workspace. And this is gonna be called... Malfart. No. Actually, no. Skin flaps. Mal's favorite words. I need you to save everything. Skin flaps. There we go. It's the Skin Flaps workspace. How am I doing? It's a weird week. It's a weird week for me, Nat class, because little things have all been going wrong this week, but I don't know what kind of chill pill I must have taken. Or like, I don't know, when I was asleep, Pew gave me a weed injection and I'm still on it or something. But every single little thing has been going wrong this week, and I just do not care. So, Monday morning, I had some problems with the recording of the image for that morning of the face challenge exercise, and I wasn't happy with the face itself. Then so every morning, me and Pew, we make protein. That's what we like. We have protein every morning for breakfast. So our protein mix is, and this is relevant. This is relevant. Our protein mix is a banana. If it's a big banana, then one banana. If it's small bananas, then two bananas. So a big banana, 4 spoonfuls of oatmeal, a scoop per protein each one, 4 scoops of magnesium collagen. Does that have collagen? Yeah, that has collagen. So 4 scoops, or 4 spoons. What? It's collagen with magnesium. Oh yeah, it's collagen with magnesium. 4 spoons of that. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. Yes, indeed. So collagen, magnesium, protein, oatmeal, banana, drops of vanilla, and honey. And so we make that, but we don't have a blender because I broke it. So so I make that with a hand blender. It's not the most practical way to do it, but I need to buy a new blender. And then I serve Pew's, and she gets hers because she can't drink stuff like chocolate and coffee because of the caffeine, and the chocolate has something like caffeine, but not caffeine. I don't know. And then into mine, I put a spoonful of cocoa powder, non-sugar, of course, just, pure cocoa. And I actually put in a spoonful of coffee. And I mix that all up, and that is my protein shake. And I put it in a protein shake bottle that keeps it cold, and I take it with me to the university. And so I ride to the university. And so our motorcycle has a big, trunk in the back that you can fit 1 helmet in, or just stuff, right? Stuff. So I ride to the university, and when I get to the university, what I normally do is I just get off the motorcycle, turn off the helmet intercom, take off the helmet, and I absent-mindedly open the trunk and put my hand in to grab my backpack, and it's wet. And I look in, and I guess I didn't place the protein bottle the way I was supposed to, but it flipped open, and basically all the protein shake spilled into the trunk. And we're talking about, that's like what? That's like a liter? Yeah, it's about a liter of protein. It's about a liter of protein in there. And I don't know if any of you take protein shakes. But the thing about protein shakes is that they taste good if you mix them with the right stuff, right? If you don't mix them with the right stuff, they taste awful. They taste good if you mix them with the right stuff. But old protein shake smells like it just smells like a fart. It just smells like, it smells like a corpse fart, right? Like if a very overweight person died, and then getting carried into the morgue, somebody fell on their belly and pressed it, and like a huge fart came. That's what an old protein shake smells like. And add to this banana, old banana, which has old rotten banana has a very specific smell. I can't quite describe the smell of old rotten banana, but most people have smelled old rotten banana. So you know what I'm talking about. So we're talking about protein fart with old rotten banana and the lumpy, like the grainy oatmeal. Now, of course, it doesn't smell like that. Oh, and coffee, by the way, and coffee. Now, it doesn't smell like that yet. So, I open that, I put my hand in, it's wet, pull it out, it's covered in protein shake. I look in, and it's a pool of protein. And it still doesn't smell bad. Right now, it just smells like, honey and coffee and oatmeal and banana, but fresh. But it's been insanely hot here these days. It's actually a heat wave. Like, we're in the middle of a heat wave right now. So I'm just looking into that trunk, knowing where this is going. Like, just, man, it's 8 a.m. I'm in the university parking lot, and and we're in the middle of a heat wave, and I'm just looking at that going, oh my god, this is like, I can't do anything until noon when I get out of class and I ride home. So I'm just looking at it like, oh, this is awful right now, but this is gonna get so much worse. So I close the trunk, and my backpack is, of course, covered in protein. So I close the trunk, walk to the bathroom, hose off my backpack, and I just proceed to. The entire morning, I couldn't get over the smell because it got like on my hands and the backpack and everything. And I think just, my mind was just going like protein smell. And the thought of having to go back home to wash this off. So I call Pew and I tell her, hey, Pew, this happened. So when I get home, we're not going to be able to go to the gym. I'm going to have to get home and just like sit down and clean that. For the entire afternoon. This is going to be a really tedious job to do because, it's, I have to make sure that it's not sticky, and I have to basically, the motorcycle trunk has like an inner cover, but then I have to take out that cover, disassemble the trunk to wash it, and all that kind of stuff. So the morning passes. I go home, I have lunch with Pew, and, okay. Time to go face the music. Time to go wash the motorcycle. And the strangest thing happened. I go downstairs, I open the trunk, and it's already smelling a little bit and all that. But the inner cover of the trunk turns out is waterproof. So all this protein, I took the inner cover, pulled it out, and none of it got into the rest of the trunk. So, I just kind of wiped the little sprinklings of protein from the inner trunk. And I had just like a huge basket full of protein like that. So I dumped that into the sewer. The sewer entrance in the garage. And then came up here, washed that off. It still took a while to wash that off and all that kind of stuff. So it's like little things that have not been working out this week, but that haven't like phased me at all. So this morning, we went to the gym, and the gym was exceptionally full, as it always is. And I wouldn't mind that so much if not for the fact that the gym we go to is seriously one of the largest gyms in the city, if not the largest. It is a 5-story gym. And it is always full, and it has a tiny parking lot, so there's never a place to park. Which is already not ideal that we have to go to the gym on the motorcycle, because I don't know, it feels kind of weird to me to go to the gym on the motorcycle. Like you're going to the gym. It feels like you should walk to the gym, but that's not possible with where we live. So we have to ride the motorcycle to the gym, and there's never any parking. And the gym is always full, so the machines I want are never available. Like so no parking, no machines, and like when we were done at the gym, I told Pio like, hey, why don't we see if maybe we can switch gyms? Like, you know, this is a franchise gym. Maybe we can switch to another one that's also close to where we live. I mean, we have to go on the motorcycle anyway. And so at noon, we, with the extra time from starting the stream later, we went gym hunting. To no avail, by the way. The other gyms are not better. So maybe it's just a franchise that is not very good. And then, you know, we start the stream and the power goes out. So like I said, it's little meaningless things, but they've been quite easy to just shrug off. I did have this moment where I was feeling like the week was over. I was here in the kitchen and I turned to Pew and I was like, hey, you're running a little late with that job. Are you gonna have to work the weekend? And she turns and looks at me like, no, I'm just gonna work normally because it's not Friday. It's Tuesday. And for some reason, I thought that it was Friday. I don't know why. Yeah, that was basically it. I was here like, what a week. But anyway, yeah, no big deal. No big deal. What about you guys? So how is the week going? What's going on in the lives and times of my abnormals? I see Night Cow burned themselves at work trying to steam lobsters. I've never had a lobster, actually. I've never tried lobster. I've been told that lobster is overrated, but I always get the feeling that that's just people trying to make me not feel bad for not ever having tried lobster. Like, every time I say I haven't tried a lobster, everybody says, oh, lobster's overrated. And I just feel like it's not genuine. Like, it's just, like, oh, you poor bastard. You know what? No, it's okay. I've touched a lobster, but I'm a live one. Never ate one. Finally, somebody honest. It's lovely, can't lie. Finally, an honest person. Well, I know Mao wouldn't eat it because Mao doesn't eat anything that comes from the sea. I know Pew wouldn't eat it because... Oh, you don't know? Okay. Dan's Jury Duty Fiasco. Our TV broke. Wait, describe the TV. Because, okay, no, not to diminish your misfortune, but like a lot of times people's TVs break, but they were like really old, small, crappy TVs, and it just gives them an excuse to get a new one, so it's actually good. But if it was like a good TV, then yeah, it sucks. We lost out on a house rental we wanted. I mean, where you're going, right? To where you're moving to. On top of it, we got sick. What did you get sick with? That sounds like what instrument did you use to get sick? But you know what I mean. What you got? Some sort of flu. Both Dan and I were face first in each toilet all week. Oh, wow. Sounds romantic. Yeah. Are you feeling better now, or are you still... I'm almost afraid to ask, but how is your work, you know, your job with that kind of thing, with, when you're sick and stuff like that? Are they understanding with that, or... I'm almost afraid to ask. What do you guys think of that crossbow? Do you think I should keep that crossbow? Yeah, I look at it now and I'm kind of... Yeah, it's kind of growing on me. Have you ever just worked at a place because you like the pill? I don't know, have you ever just worked at a place because you like the place? I can leave this job anytime I want. 3-day work pays more, but the people are amazing in this hotel. Yes and no. I don't need to work at the university, but I continue to work at the university. But and I really like the people I work with at the university. Like the teacher team that I work with at the university is great. Like I really like them. They're awesome, lovely people. And I really enjoy my time with the other teachers that I work with. But every semester I say that I need to stop working at the university. Like so in my case it's more like I'm in one of those long relationships where I just stay there because I've been there too long, and I'm incapable of saying that maybe we should see other people. So yeah, I think that's my situation with the university. He says it's fine, but doesn't change any deadlines. Yeah, sounds about right. If the goal is to have something by the end of the month, it will still be the end of the month. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. You love your coworkers. That's us. Well, yeah, technically you're also my coworkers, but only... It's like I work with a bunch of people that I can only... For me, it's like I work in a secret organization where we're working... Okay. Here's what it's like. It's like I work in like a spy organization. But it's a front. Like, we front as, I don't know, a tailor shop, or a Chinese restaurant. Okay, Pew says a Chinese restaurant. So it's like we work at a Chinese restaurant, and so all of you are the employees of the Chinese restaurant, and we work together, and it's all cool and all that kind of stuff. But once I go back into the office, there's a little button under the desk, and I press that button, and I go into like the underground, where it's the actual Ministry of Abnormality, and all the secret projects are being worked on that are highly illegal, and I can't tell any of you about, because then I'd have to murder you all, probably involving a lot of expired soy sauce. But that's what my job is like, because it's like I work with you guys, but then there's like about 50%, if not more, of my work is just stuff that I can't show you guys. So, well, no. In this analogy, okay, the analogy is not going to work, Nat class, if we pick at it, right? Like if we pick at the analogy, it stops working. it stops working once we pick at it. We gotta keep the analogy. Okay, so it's like we're all in the ministry of abnormality, but okay. So okay. New analogy. Forget the Chinese restaurant. Pew, this is all your fault. Okay, blame Pew. Pew is the one that said Chinese restaurant. She's the one that said exclude everybody. So we're all in the ministry of abnormality, all of us. And you know, like, have you guys ever played Control? If you haven't, you should. Control is so good. And okay, so Mao is the janitor. That Mao has to be the janitor. Mao, what is the janitor's name? Yes, Mao's the janitor. Which, by the way, is not a diss on Mao, because spoiler, the janitor is like the most powerful person there. Ati, yes, Ati. Like, I'm not gonna spoil Control, but the janitor is the most powerful person there. Anyway, so it's like we're all in the ministry, but as the minister, I'm running like a bunch of under the table stuff. Like in my office, locked up in my office, I'm selling weapons to our enemies and trafficking capybaras and I don't know, having illegal dealings with hippos. Oh yes, I did. Oh wow, yeah. So that's okay. That analogy works better. By the way, to contextualize you guys on the whole hippo thing, here in Colombia, specifically in the state that we live in, we actually have a hippo problem. Like there is legit a problem with hippos. Here where we live. It is the weirdest thing. Oh, you didn't know this, Mal? Oh, wow. Okay. So, back in the 90s, well, you all know who Pablo Escobar was. If you don't, Pablo Escobar is arguably the largest, most powerful, most infamous drug lord of all time, and he lived here in our city, specifically around where I live. Well, I mean, in the city that I live. By the way, if any of you have ever watched the series or anything like that, no. Like, the Narcos or any of those series, no. This, like, we are talking about a monster human being. Anyway. So this guy had money that just goes beyond what we can imagine, right? And one of the things he did was that he had a country house called, it was an hacienda. Which is a very, very big country house with a lot of terrain, and it was called Hacienda Nápoles. And he basically made this country house into what was basically like a theme park. And I don't mean he had like roller coasters and rides, he made it like a nature theme park. And so he had his own private zoo. And in his own private zoo, he had animals that even the local zoo here didn't have. Amongst which were hippos. Anyway, Pablo Escobar got captured and killed. Well, actually, he got captured in the 90s, got sent to jail, and then it turned out that he just basically turned the jail into his own, like, resort. like he had... Like, he was still running his whole operation from the jail, and he just basically turned the jail into a huge resort for himself. And later on, he escaped that jail, and then he was like shot down and killed. So eventually, the Hacienda Nápoles was abandoned. I mean, it was reclaimed, but it was abandoned. And I think some of the animals were like taken to other places, but the hippos got away. Like the hippos were never like reclaimed or taken anywhere, and the hippos got away. Now, what you would expect is that a pair of hippos, in a hostile land, because hippos are not native to South America, especially not native to Colombia. You would expect that a pair of hippos that got away from the zoo would eventually just meet their demise somewhere in the wilderness. I didn't know that apparently hippos are some hardy, like, die-hard motherfuckers. Like, hippos, I didn't know this, that hippos are like survivalists. They adapted and they started multiplying, and they are ruining the countryside. Like we have a hippo invasion in our countryside. I think recently there was like a car accident, right? Like somebody was like driving down the countryside highway, and a hippo came out on the street, and like, I think, did the hippo die? No. Yeah, the hippo did die. Okay. I don't remember how many hippos there are, but I do remember that reading that if the situation is not brought under control, in like a few years, there's going to be like 500 hippos in the countryside. Like they estimate that the number is going to increase to around 500 hippos in some years. And the hippos are just destroying everything. Can you hunt them because of environmental reasons? I think they're still trying to figure out what to do. The last thing I remember reading is that they are kind of organizing to sort of like control the population, which I suppose probably means hunt them, because hippos are not native to South America, and yeah, it's not like just they're not native here, they're gonna die. Like, no, they are just killing everything else. And apparently hippos multiply quickly and just wreck everything and stuff like that. Now, I have to admit that the animal lover in me doesn't want them to kill the hippos. Like, I don't want that to be the solution. But the problem is that they're hippos. So, government has not been able to find a solution to like transport these animals to take them to somewhere else. Like, nobody wants them. Like, nobody wants them, and nobody wants to like deal with the situation. Like, apparently transporting these animals would be just insanely not just expensive but difficult. Like, it's logistically very, very difficult, and nobody wants them. And they're ruining the countryside. So, of all the weird ass things that could happen in my country, we have a hippo problem. Like, we have a hippo problem, which is not something you would expect. Like this year we have like governor and mayor elections, and like, you would never imagine that maybe a governor is gonna do their campaign on, I will solve the problem with the hippos. But that might even be something that happens in this year's elections. It could happen. I will solve the hippo problem. But yeah, there's absolutely a part of me that just wishes that we could simply learn to adapt to the hippos, because I don't want them killing all the hippos. But it does seem that a lot of the animals that we find like cute and adorable, um, and stuff like that, sometimes are a problem. I've heard that kangaroos are like a pest in Australia. Like we all love kangaroos here, but apparently kangaroos are like a huge pest in Australia, and apparently pandas are like super dangerous. Like yeah, we always kind of like to think of these cute animals and stuff like that, but no, apparently pandas are like extremely dangerous, uh and kangaroos are a pest, and hippos are a problem. Who knew? Who would have thought? So yeah, Mo, there you go. Now you know. We have nutria here. Oh, we have nutria. Well, nutria. Why did I say it like anglicized? Yeah, we have nutria here. Um, they aren't native and they're pretty destructive. You know, that's so weird, Nat class, because the nutria is native to Colombia. I don't know if that's where you got your nutrias, but the nutria is native to Colombia. No, nutrias and otters are different. I can't tell you what the difference is, but they are different, right, Pew? Thank you, Pew. Okay, let me see. Are nutrias and otters the same? Ah, you know what? I'll just dictate to Google. Are nutrias and otters the same? No, not nutrias and orders. Two names are commonly used in English for Myocastor coipus. The name nutria, from the Spanish word nutria, meaning otter, is generally used in North America, Asia, and throughout countries of the former Soviet Union. However, in most Spanish-speaking countries, the word nutria refers primarily to the otter. So I guess it is. Oh, it's no, you know what it is? It is the same thing, but there's varieties of them. So there's the river otter and the nutria. So there's different varieties of them. Like nutria and otter are the same thing, but there's different varieties of them. So that might be the thing. Yes, here in Colombia they were mostly used for fur, but it became against the law to use them for fur because I think they were becoming endangered. I don't know if they still are endangered, but they were becoming endangered, so it became illegal to use them for their fur. Ermax, hello. You know what is super adorable? I didn't know they were a thing until I saw one in the wilds. A stoat. Stoat. Also known as the ermine. Stoats belong to the same mustelid family as weasels and ferrets. They're bigger than weasels and smaller than ferrets. I didn't know weasels were small. I thought weasels were bigger. I actually thought weasels were bigger than ferrets, but it seems that the bigger one is the ferret. Ermax, how's your week going? So far, so good. Sorry I couldn't say hi to Bobby Chu from your part. Well, it's okay. I haven't spoken to Bobby Chu in a very long time, so I doubt he remembers me. Even though I'm very memorable. But I'm gonna go ahead and guess that bald guy you met at a convention one time isn't gonna really narrow it down. So right now I'm working on this treehouse freelance, and I hope I can finish it this week. Hurry back, Sabrina. Wait, isn't this the treehouse you told us about, like, weeks ago? Is it, like, very big, or why is this... Why is it, like, is it like a huge assignment or something? This has been going on for quite a while. What the hell? Wait, what? What did I do with... What? Why is this handlebar... You guys see this? Look at the handlebar in the 3D model. But why did I draw the hand there? That makes no sense. I don't know what happened there. I guess we'll find out later. Okay. Anyway. How many steps? For ideas, then the outside render, then all the side views, the interior. Well, I do love tree houses. So I hope once it's out of NDA and in the wild, you can point us to it. Well, I was looking at the motorcycle here, and I was having trouble figuring out what happened with this hand on this handlebar. And then I referred to the 3D model, and there seems to be, like, I don't know what happened with that hand and that handlebar. When did I draw it that way? And the thing about it is that now the length of the arm is not gonna work. So this is yeah. I don't know. I'm man, I can't just make the hand. Can I just make the hand longer? That'll be the thing is the handlebar can't. I can't push the handlebar back because look at the tire. The tire is turning towards us. So the handlebar would have to actually be there so that the motorcycle actually looks like it's turning towards us. When you put it this way, the handlebar just kind of disappears. So in order to emphasize that the handlebar is turning towards us, I need to have it that way, but maybe I can incline the torso? Like, let's see. I wonder if that would work. Like, what if I were to... okay, I'm gonna just grab the sketch. Grab this part right here, and maybe the torso from here. Let's see. And then we're gonna go like... okay, wait. Okay, you. Bend over a bit. Okay, she's... okay, and then we're gonna grab this arm here. And we're gonna bend this from the shoulder. Okay, come on, come on. You can do this. Oh, wait. We grabbed a bunch of motorcycle pieces. Oh, wait. I ruined a bunch of stuff. Okay, so here we go again. You know what? This is going to be easier if I just kind of separate this section from the other section. And this isn't even the final fix. This is just a proof of concept. So we're gonna... oops. And then we're gonna grab this one, invert that. Okay, and now let's see. Okay, and now I'm gonna grab this part of the arm, and we're going to duplicate that, and we're gonna do that, fill that in, then do that, fill that in. Okay, and now and this is just to see if this idea is gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna grab all this. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, grab all this, and we're going to turn it on this axis. Like so. Okay. And then we're gonna grab this, and turn it. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to cheat. I'm gonna just stretch it out over there. And does that look right? Yeah, I guess it does. Let's see. Let's fuse all that. See, okay, this is what it was like. I guess. Okay, is this an opportunity to maybe... Yeah, this might be one of those situations where, oh, wow, this looks better. Might be. Let's see. Maybe we turn the head a little bit like that. Okay. Let's do that. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna grab you. No. Okay. So, I've been doing that. Today is day 10 of the face challenge. Right, let's see. Yeah, today has been day 10 of the face challenge. It's been quite the okay. Wait, where are you? Okay, so wow, we really inclined it this much? Wait, did I move it also? I guess I did. How is the face challenge going? I just wanted to be asked. I've honestly, okay, I'm gonna say something. It's going to sound like one of the most full of myself things I have ever said, but then I'm going to elaborate on it and bring it home. So hold your judgment of me until I finish the idea. And well, I mean, if you already hated me, this is not going to change your mind. But anyway, okay. This weekend I had interviews with many studios. The people from Axis Studios very much like my portfolio. Also from No Wake and also from Fortiche. Oh, wow. Hermans. That is excellent news. Congratulations. Okay. So, here's the thing. The face challenge is going well. Is going strong. It has not been easy. And honestly, it's what I think most monthly challenges should be like. Now that's where I said, like, okay, it's gonna sound like I'm full of myself. Like, my month challenge is better than any other month challenge. Yes, I actually think that. But here's why. Here's why. So when you look at month challenges that you see, you know, like Inktober and those kind of things, right? The problem that I notice with those challenges is that, oh wait, I haven't turned on the light. That's why I look so red. Ow. Ah, there you go. That evens out the color. Yo, NVIDIA, I'm here. NVIDIA. Oh, yo, webcam. I'm up. I'm down here. Come on. Go up. Go up. Focus. This is not. This is not. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do the auto frame again. So there I am, all far away and tiny. There we go. Okay. Okay. So anyway. So when you look at monthly challenges like Mermaid, or which is one that you're probably gonna see a lot of this month. Or I don't remember which one is the one that they do with dragons, or the most popular one, Inktober, or stuff like that. The problem I see with these challenges is that these challenges they seem to be all about just, let's see if we can all burn ourselves out. The end. Right? You look at these challenges and they mostly seem to be about endurance, which, sure, endurance has a place, right? Endurance has a utility and a place and all that kind of stuff. It's useful, and we artists, we do need endurance and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not gonna say that there's no utility in developing endurance and just kind of going at it like that. But if you look at these challenges, learning doesn't really seem to be part of the challenge. Not really, right? Like, you get all these people participating in these challenges, and it mostly just becomes about, can I actually do this many images in the month? And am I going to be able to fulfill each day and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Now, the face challenge that I am doing, which, by the way, was self-imposed, I just kind of said, hey, I want to do this, the end. Of course, is going to have that element, because, yeah, you do have a good point there, Nat Class, that, yeah, the social media clout is probably the leading factor, right, of it. Yeah, you do make a very good point there. And I believe you're right. But the thing is, what makes me feel that the challenge that I have imposed to myself, because this is not something that I saw like a hashtag or something like that, this is just something I wanted to do, is the learning aspect of it. What do I mean by that? Basically, for the past 10 days, a huge portion of my mind has been focused on this idea of, let's get good and comfortable at drawing or painting pretty and sexy female characters. But throughout it, every single day, it has become this exercise in analyzing what is working and what is not, and the next day trying to build on that. Let me explain. And by the way, the reason I'm keeping the artist journal is because at the end of the exercise, I want to make a huge YouTube video where I basically talk about each day and how each day developed. So if you look at the 10 days of the challenge, right? Okay. So day one, I'll just give you a short version, which I know with me means like longer than usual, but short for me. I don't know. If you look at day one was a warm up. Day one was a warm up. Day one was like, oh, wow, I actually like the way this turned out. Do I even need to do this challenge? Okay. Day two was I over render. I over render and I like my conclusion of day two was I'm over rendering my work. I'm putting way too much effects into it. I'm doing way too much. I'm overdoing it. Day three was okay, how simple can I go? And it still looks good. Okay. This was basically line and almost flat, and I still like the way it looks. I can keep it simple. Day four was let's try to do that. Failed, but keep it sketchy. Okay, I like the results of day four, and I like the results of day three. Okay, what can we conclude from that? Okay, I can keep it sketchy, and I can keep it simple. I don't have to over-render everything. Nice. Day five. Let's not over-render. Let's not overdo it. Let's keep it simple. But I don't like the results. Now, I've been told that some people do like the results, but I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay. So I don't think this image is ugly, but it's not where I want to land. If that makes any sense, right? Like, okay, it's nice, but this isn't really where I want to land with this. Okay. Day six, back to over rendering, but this time just going back to what I had at the beginning. Okay, so let's not stray too much away from that. Okay, day six. But day six, I was going with what I learned in day four, which was keep it sketchy. So day six, keep it sketchy. So besides, I still have these chocolate bits that I stole from you. So, sorry. Day six was I want to apply what I learned in day four of keeping it simple. Sorry, sketchy, but let's discard this keeping it simple part. I do this. I like it. Day seven. Oh, come on, camera. Hey. Why are you this way? Okay, auto frame. Okay. Day seven, back to keeping it simple, and so basically from the idea I'm trying to make here is that I try to arrive to conclusions every day, and I'm doing this challenge with an objective. And the objective is the objective initially was I want to be comfortable drawing and painting pretty and sexy females. But the objective has actually evolved. So every single day I try to arrive at a conclusion. Okay, what did I learn this day? And then I see what I can do with that. So, for example, from day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, one of the conclusions I arrived to is, okay, simplicity and line economy is the key to making a face look pretty. And so I apply it in day 7. The rest is just incidental. Okay. So then comes day 8. And day 8 is, okay, from all the other days, I'm like, okay, but I'm having trouble with the skin looking the way I want it to. So in day 8, I go, okay, let's see what we can do with the skin. And I like the way the skin looks in day 8. But I think that no, I like the way the skin looks in day 8. So I'm like, okay, we got this from day 8. But again, it feels over-rendered. So we've advanced with the skin, but it feels over-rendered. So then comes day 9. Day 9 is back to keep it simple, but how can I render the skin in a way that works, right? So from here, I arrive at another conclusion that leads to the experiment I made on day 10, which was, okay, what if I render the skin by focusing on the light and skipping over the shadow? So from here, my conclusion is I put too much emphasis in the shadows when I'm coloring. So what if in tomorrow's, I go back to day 3, keep it simple, don't focus on the shadows, and do day 3 focusing just on the light and cast shadows like I did in the skin on day 10. So what I want to do tomorrow is an application of the simplicity of day 3 with the complex line work that I really, really like, because that's the other thing I want to, so the objective has evolved from I want to comfortably draw and paint pretty and sexy women to I think I'm kind of revamping my entire coloring process here. So what I'm going to try tomorrow is the simplicity of day 3 with the complex line work that I just have to acknowledge I really love, with the focus on only light and not so much focus on volume. Because that's the thing. I focus, if you look at day 8, I focus too much on volume. So what if I don't focus so much on volume? What if I focus more on shape and light? And so okay, anyway. That, like, you guys are gonna get all this as a YouTube video. Well, at the end of the month. No, and and however long it takes to edit the video. But that's what I mean with. I think art challenges need this kind of yes, I think Nat Class hits it right there. If you're gonna stick to a topic and do it every day for a month, it should be a true reiterative process. It should be, what conclusion can you get from each day, and how does that apply to the next day, right? Like, what do you get from every single day that you're working on this, and how does that affect the day that comes after? Because yeah, no, I like the thing is, I think that at the end of an art challenge, you should have gained something. Look, I have no problem with waking up at 3 a.m. Like, that's not a big deal for me, right? Yes, I normally wake up at 4, but waking up at 3 is not a big deal for me. So the whole waking up at 3 part, nah, I haven't gained really anything from that. That doesn't really change anything. But the idea of the effort it takes to actually dedicate time every day for a month to do something, well, you would hope that at the end of the month, you gain something other than just 30 images to show and burnout, right? Like, because that's what I see happens in every art challenge. It's just at the end of the month, for the few people that make it, because most people just kind of drop it for whatever reason. I mean, if you're gonna put in the effort of doing this for a month, you should get something out of it, right? And the problem is that, and this is a huge mistake I see in so many beginner artists, right? And it's, well, thank you, but one phrase I hate is practice makes perfect. Because people confuse practice with repetition. So people think that just, if you want to get good at drawing, all you have to do is draw a lot. The end. So practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent, which is different, right? When you practice something, all you're doing is cementing whatever it is that you're practicing. You're making it so that whatever it was that you were practicing becomes more natural to you. Whatever it is that you're practicing should become just becomes basically, it just makes you it makes you more efficient. It makes you get used to whatever it is that you're doing. But practice, understood as repetition, only cements whatever it is that you're practicing. To quote Michael Jordan, but I'm gonna have to like butcher this because I don't know the quote word for word, but you can practice throwing, like, you know what? I'll just look it up. Michael Jordan quote about practice. Well, that's not the quote I was looking for. It says here, practice like you've never won, play like you've never lost. Well, good for you. That's not the quote I was looking for. Ah, here we go. Okay. So the quote goes, you can practice shooting 8 hours a day, but if your technique is wrong, then all you become is very good at shooting the wrong way. Get the fundamentals down, and the level of everything you do will rise. Basically, you can practice every day, but if you suck, all that's going to happen is you're going to become very good at sucking. That could be taken out of context, though. So, participating in an art challenge and drawing something for 30 days really needs focused practice, right? Like you really need to incorporate focused practice into it, because otherwise all you're gonna get at the end of the month is tired, and that's it. That's all that's gonna come from it. You're just gonna be tired at the end of the month, and you're not gonna have gained anything other than burnout, and that's it. So I doing a 30-day challenge has made me basically say, I would not recommend anybody do a 30-day challenge unless you are gonna do focus practice, unless you really know what the reiterative process is, focus learning, and all those things. Otherwise, I just can't suggest monthly challenges to people. I can't. And the thing is, once you do it that way, once you do it with the reiterative process, and once you do it with focused learning and stuff like that, I'm actually excited for tomorrow. I'm actually excited for tomorrow because I'm excited to try out the different thing I'm gonna try with my practice tomorrow. And there's little things I fixed along the way. For example, just yesterday, yesterday, Pew pointed out something to me, and it completely changed the way the image looked going into today. Pew was here. I show her every day the image I make, and she pointed out, like, I think you do the lines too dark on the lips, and it changed completely the way I do lips. So, there are lots of non-art things that monthly challenges are great for. I'm gonna. Can you give me examples? This isn't me like challenging you. Like really? Give me examples. I bet you can't come up with none. No. I'm genuinely curious. I've never actually looked at monthly challenges for anything other than other than workouts. Okay, so do you have any examples that are not workouts? Genuinely curious. The only 30-day thing I ever finished was the Nathan Fox schoolism course, and even then I fucked up some days and had to play catch up, doing 3 images in one day. I think it's fair to say that it's not a rhythm of work that is for everybody, and I don't mean this in like it's not for weak people. Like no, it's just because one of the things that unfortunately the educational system does not acknowledge is that what is wrong with this auto frame thing? Thanks though. One of the things that the educational system really fails on is that the educational system normally fails on acknowledging that people learn differently. Like not everybody learns the same way. So the way, for example, the way I learn and the way I challenge myself and benefit from it is not the same as the way just somebody else is gonna learn, right? Like there's different ways and different techniques to learn. And the educational system normally fails to see that. Like the educational system normally tries to make everybody learn the same way. And unfortunately, it's like I don't really know how to solve that because it's just not feasible to have a method per student. So I don't really know how I will solve that. I mean, aside from just personalized teaching for everybody, which again, not feasible. The NaNoWriMo. I know that's writing. I've never been able to remember what NaNoWriMo. I suppose write and mo mean write month or writing month. And nano, I suppose no is November, and na, I don't know what that is. So, most people put too much pressure on it, but you never share what you make. The goal is just to get the first draft, which is always the worst draft, down on paper. But anything where the actual goal is kind of consistency. A 30-day goal can be good, but the scope has to be set appropriately. National Novel Writing Month. Oh wow, I was way off on the first two. So it doesn't even happen in November. I just got that one. Like, I just assumed November. Oh yeah, this is the same as No Fap November, and instead of fapping, you write. There you go. Oh, it does happen in November. Okay. So, so I'm not wrong. I'm not right, but I'm not wrong. Some learn from stubbornness and power through everything at all costs. Yes, but I do think that any artist that is concerned with improving their craft at one point should be concerned with their own learning method. Now, what do I mean by this? Yeah, I know it's weird today. So I did that. Now I'm small, and I'm just gonna stay small. So I specify that any artist that wants to improve their craft, first of all, because, and it's very difficult for somebody like me to admit this because I have pretty much made a lifestyle out of when it comes to art, I am very, very focused on technique, right? That's just a personality thing, right? Like my way of being an artist is that I am very focused on technique. This doesn't mean that I am a better artist than this person or that. It's just that when it comes to describing what my focus is in art, it is very technical, right? My art is not super focused on expression. My art is not super focused on, and when I mean expression, I don't mean the expression of the characters. I mean expression as in expressionism. Now, just to not make this into an art history class or anything like that, expressionism is art where the technical aspects of the art are subjected to the expression that the artist wishes to make. So, and that's simplifying it a lot, but you know, anybody that knows about this would have to more or less agree that that's kind of the gist of it. So basically, when you look at the way I make art, the way I make art focuses more on technique than on expression of myself, right? Naturally, my personality and who I am comes in through my art, I hope. But clearly, my focus is to improve my technique, not so much to express my emotions. I shouldn't have said that way because that sounds very condescending. It sounds like I don't appreciate people who do express their emotions through their art. That is not the case. Anyway. So that is the reason that I specify that any artist that wishes to improve their technique, because not all artists are focused on improving technique. Some artists are hobbyists and just don't care. That's not a bad thing. You know, it's good to have a hobby, and it's okay for some people that their hobby is art. My hobby is video games, and I am not concerned with being the best gamer in the world. I just enjoy video games. It's the same thing. Some people do art and just enjoy doing art, and they are not concerned with being the best artist there is in the world. I am. Right? Like, I am. The way I do it is very technically focused. I am absolutely focused in being the best artist technically that I can be. So, if that is your focus, at some point as an artist, you have to become concerned with the efficiency of your learning methods. Why? Because it's the same thing as if you... Okay. It's the same analogy I always use, but it is the same thing as if you're going to the gym, right? If you're just going to the gym to get some movement, get some exercise, and keep it healthy, go do whatever. Like, go do a class that you like that day. Go, I feel like doing the treadmill today. Go ahead, do the treadmill. Do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. Don't get hurt, but do the whole thing, and that's great. If you want to build some muscle, okay, go lift some weights and stuff like that. You know, get somebody to tell you how it's done so you don't get hurt and all that kind of stuff. But if you are looking to become a bodybuilder, then it should become your concern. The efficiency of your workout has to become a concern, right? Because at that point, you have to start thinking, okay, when should I do cardio? Am I ruining my weight workout by doing cardio immediately after? How much cardio should I do? How much weight should I do? How long should I train? How should I do a weight progression? How should I eat? Am I ruining my workout by the way I eat? When should I eat? How much should I eat? How should I calculate my macros and calories and all that kind of stuff? So, because you're trying to become a bodybuilder, the efficiency of your workout becomes a concern. And at that point, you have to think, okay, what should I do first? What should I do second? How should I do it? How often should I do it? How much should I do it? What intensity should I do with it? What should I eat? What should I eat during? What should I eat before? What should I do that? Very, very different from if you're just trying to lift some weights and okay, and have a good time and stuff like that. So my whole point is that stubbornness and powering through at all costs are great in terms of attitude. But at one point, it has to become obvious, like, okay, I am not improving at the rhythm I should, right? I'm not improving at the rhythm I should. And that's what I think happens with monthly challenges. Yes, of course, if you draw something a thousand times, some improvement will come from it, right? Some improvement will come from drawing something 1,000 times. It's impossible that at least some improvement won't come from it. But if you're going to put in that kind of effort and that kind of time and invest that much into it, then at a certain point, it has to be like, okay, am I wasting my time here? Like, am I going to put, but like, if I'm going to put a month into this, am I getting the most out of that month? Thing about the challenge is that I want to do it, but I'm scared of burnout. I remember the first time you taught me the daily sketches challenge. I did it for a year, and most days twice a day. I get a feeling that this continues. I just looked at the clock and I was like, "What? 5? It's done already?" Oh no, right. I started an hour later today. No, I think it didn't, Mo. Because I do have an answer for what you're saying, but I want to hear, I want to read the complete idea before I answer anything, you know. Is YouTube... What are you saying? Are you talking about how you doing the art challenge, but then you just, like... Can't think of anything to say that isn't, like, maybe way too spicy. So I'm just gonna... I'm gonna leave it at that. What now? Okay, now I need to know what you're saying. Holy crap! What are you saying? Okay, short story time. Without risking breaking an NDA that I signed, I'm doing a job for a client that consists. I've told you guys about this. That I'm doing a job for a client that consists in designing planets, right? Like I'm Something happened. Okay. So I'm doing a job for a client that consists in designing planets, and we have like a Discord, a private Discord, where I upload the planets as I design them, and they review them and give me feedback. I had uploaded like 10 planets, and I was uploading the 11th or 12th, and Discord kept telling me like, no, you can't upload that, you can't upload that, you can't upload that. It turns out that this particular planet was pink. And Discord thought I was uploading an image of a boob. So Discord would not let me show my client the planet I had designed for them, because Discord thought I was trying to upload an image of a boob. Let me see what Mao says. Okay. Okay, wait. Let me read the complete idea from Mao. So, a thing about the challenge okay. A thing about the challenge is that I do want to do it, but I'm scared of burnout. I remember the first time you taught me the daily sketches challenge. I did it for a year, and most days twice a day. And that was fine. But last year, I tried a 30 faces challenge, and I wanted to die. Don't know if it's part of getting older, or if I'm doing things wrong, or how you're doing things to not burn out. YouTube is very sensitive with topics that deal with death and applying it on yourself. Like, I'm not even supposed to say the word. So yeah. YouTube is very sensitive to that. Very sensitive to death and self-applying death. Like, you know, dancing around the word that we all know. So, okay, Ermax. See you Friday. So, okay. Now I can say the answer that I wanted to say, having seen what you said. Okay, whatever. So, here's the thing. And I am guilty of this just as much as any of you. And I think a lot of us are guilty of this. And it's something that I'm trying to... Okay, no. I can't say genuinely that I'm trying to fix this, because I'm not... it's not something I'm focused on right now, but... The problem with daily sketches is that, unfortunately, the internet, and more specifically social media, or artist social media, has given us a very, very, very wrong idea about what a sketch is. And I know you know this, and I know most of the people listening to this know this, and I most certainly know this. But it is surprising to me how much we forget. Like, we don't take this into account. What we call sketch is not really a sketch. Like Sabrina says, if your daily sketch doesn't look like a 24-hour painting, it is wrong. I am guilty of this. I think most of us are guilty of this to a greater or lesser degree. Um, and I think those of us who maybe work with showing people what we do and, kind of showing art on social media and stuff like that, we should take a lot of the blame of this. I think it comes from several places. Part of it, I think, is the prestige that comes with it. Because when you say sketch, I think that when people say sketch, what they really mean is image that I don't want to admit is done. And that's because when you think about it, an image that is done acquires a sense of finality in that you are declaring it done. Therefore, it can be judged. Right? Like when you declare an image done, it can be judged. You say, this is an image, it is done. And I can say, you got it wrong. Right? You got it wrong. And you can't say anything. You can't do it. Yes, it is wrong. I suck. I should be cast out into artist hell. When you declare an image a sketch, you get the defense that it is a sketch, right? Oh, I didn't polish this part because it's a sketch. Oh, that hand looks weird because it's a sketch. Oh, this part is not perfect because it's a sketch. But that's not what a sketch is, right? That's not what a sketch is. A sketch is not about speed. A sketch is not about a level of rendering. A sketch is none of those things. A sketch is about planning, right? A sketch is part of the ideation process. It's part of how we develop ideas, and it is basically a sketch is a drawing that is meant to serve as part of the planning phase of what will be a finalized drawing. So if we were to do a daily sketch challenge, one of the most important aspects of that challenge would be to learn what a sketch actually is. And I've done it. I know you guys have done it. Like we've all done it. We've all fallen down that path of just kind of letting our egos be the ones that determine what we declare to be a sketch. And the problem with that is that a lot of the people here, a lot of the people that are here talking with me right now are professionals. I mean, I look at the chat room right now, and I look at the 3 people, 4 if we count Ermax, but Ermax left. And I look at the 3 people that are in the chat room participating right now. They are all professional artists. And oh yeah, I was actually gonna get into that in a sec, Nat class, and I love that you mentioned it. But I'll also finish. But imagine this: if we are professionals, we are professionals, and we have this problem. Now imagine a person that is just starting out, a person that is just learning, and we teach them just as we were taught that what is a sketch? Like a sketch is just an image I do not declare done. The end. And that is a horrible lesson for us to be teaching. But that's the lesson we teach. Because of what Nat class says. Well, it's all part of the prestige. Why? Because if we make an image that is less than perfect, but we declare it a sketch, then we can get away with it. Now, of course, the thing is, nobody cares. Like, only we care. Like, this is our problem, right? Uh, um, this is a problem that we have created ourselves, and that we and that we put into our minds, right? But nonetheless, there it is. Um, so if we make an image and it is less than perfect, we can declare it a sketch and not have to answer for our flaws. But on the other hand, if we create an amazing image and declare it a sketch, then it becomes the whole thing of, like, it's kind of like the whole, and this isn't even my final form, bitches. Like, yeah, look, this is what I can do when I ain't even trying. Imagine if I just imagine if I was working fully erect. Holy crap. That, like, this is how big I am when I'm floppy. Now imagine if I were fully hard, how big I'd be. It's that, right? It's so basically you just go around telling everybody that you're floppy all the time, so that everybody thinks that you are just potentially so much bigger, right? It's that. We go around declaring every single image that we make a sketch, so that we can basically make people believe that, bitch, this ain't even big effort. This is this is nothing. This is nothing. This is something. This is just, woke up this morning. Just made this. This is just what happened. I was turned on the computer and fell face first into the keyboard and just popped out. Yeah, something I threw together. I woke up this way. Yeah. I did that on my last 3D job before the one I have now. Yeah, it is the whole this isn't even my final form principle, right? It's just us going, yeah, oh, you enjoyed that food? It's just something I threw together from leftovers I had in the garbage. Glad you like eating my garbage. You should see what I can cook when I really put my mind into it. When am I gonna put effort into it? I don't do that. So, So there's a lot of that. I think there's a lot of that. There's a lot of, because that's, you're saying if we try a little less to make something perfect, that might make the challenge less tiring. No, I think it's about, so the problem with social media is that social media is all about impressing other people. Oh, okay. There's a lot of problems with social media. But in this case, I think that the problem with social media is that social media is about impressing other people. So, and it's something that has happened to me this month, something that I've come to learn a little bit more this month, in the sense of, why am I making these images, right? Am I making these images so I can post them online and have everybody say, oh my god, O is the best, oh, give me your babies? Or am I posting these images to just, I mean, that's the question, right? Like, why? Why am I posting these images every day? Am I posting them to impress people? Or am I posting them to share a process? And if I'm posting them to share a process, then that makes it like, okay, am I expecting people to believe that my process is perfect and flawless, and that everything I do every single time I touch pen on tablet, nothing happens but genius, right? Or do I just want to share a process with people? Right. So if we are doing a challenge because we are trying to impress people on social media, then yes, we will be constantly concerned with if what we did is perfect. Now, the problem with that is that it is so much less enjoyable for us, right? For us, for the person doing it, if that is our concern. Why? Bobby Chu said it. I haven't quoted Bobby Chu in a while. Bobby Chu said it. Like, you have, I think it's like you have 999 bad images in you. So you got to get them out so you can reach image 1000 that is good. And the thing is, it is not realistic for us to expect to make 30 images in a month while maintaining a job and just life in general. I mean, even if all you were doing were those 30 images, it is unrealistic to expect 30 images from even the best artists in the world. It's unrealistic to expect those 30 images to be great. Like, that's just not gonna happen. You make 30 images in a month, some of them are gonna suck. So, how can we solve this issue? Well, first of all, the posting on social media, to me, comes with a question, which is why? Why are you posting on social media? In my case, I'm posting on social media because I want to grow my YouTube channel. That's it. That's it. I'm posting on social media because I want to grow my YouTube channel. I'm about to say something horrible. I'm about to say something horrible, and I'm announcing it. But one thing that has really helped me with, I don't know, my mental health. I don't know. One thing that has really helped me is watching YouTube videos from artists that have big channels, but I can objectively say I'm better than them. I'm not. Oh wow, that is. Woo. Okay, that was horrible. But I'm not gonna say who. Okay, I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna say, oh, this artist and that artist, I'm better than them. No, I'm not gonna say that. And the reason that has helped me is not to watch them and say, like, I'm better than you, you suck. Like, no. The reason that has helped me is because I look at the success of their channel and it just makes me go, I don't have to be the best artist. I don't need to be the best artist. I like sharing what I do. I love teaching. I want to do those two things. I want to share what I do, I want to teach, and I want to have a big art YouTube channel. And it's not so much the thing of if they can do it, so can I. It's more the thing of, wow, I don't need to be perfect. I don't have to be, I want to be the best artist, but I don't have to wait until I am to try this, right? I don't have to wait until I am to try this. Look at this person. They are definitely not as good as I am, and look at their channel. They're super huge. Look at the stuff they're doing. They're teaching stuff that is wrong. They're getting sponsors that I wish I had. They're doing a bunch of stuff that I want to do. why am I not doing it? Right? Like, why am I not doing it? So to me, the month art challenge, aside from improving my skills that we've already discussed, is also about, you know what? This is about getting used to posting these things. This is about getting used to generating this kind of content, getting used to quickly edit a video. I've learned a lot about how to edit. Like, these videos are not super edited. They're nothing complex in terms of video editing, but they have taught me stuff like, okay, this is how the video gets rendered. This is the more efficient way to export the file. This is the pipeline of capturing the video and bringing it into the program and all that kind of stuff and all that. Let me catch up. I want to post on social media so that I look active. That's my goal. I hate that other than you folks, no one out there knows I've painted anything in the last 2 years. Super same. I also want to be in the practice of sharing my work and my process. My trepidation is actively ignoring likes and engagement. I turn off notifications and I hide the number of likes on posts. I can see that, but I think that if you have I think it's a matter of even if we take away the need to impress people, even if we take away the idea of what am I doing this for and stuff like that, I think that in the end we have to acknowledge that being active on social media has a cost. And that cost comes in many forms, in many different shapes and forms. And some of that cost is mental health. It's not for everybody. For some people, the mental health cost is too high, and they just shouldn't do it. The end. Or at least, not without some sort of a safeguard or method or something that will make it, more, or at least less taxing on their mental health. With me, for example, the cost is there's a lot of stuff involved that I don't actually want to do. But that's something I read last week. And that has really spoken to me in several ways. And it's from that book I'm reading called Relentless. And I can't quote it, but one of the things it says is that we have to get rid of this idea that things should be nice and comfortable. And the sooner we make our peace with the fact that sometimes we're just not gonna have a good time, and that's just the way it has to be, and that's just the way it is, the sooner we can get on to doing things, right? So, for example, when it comes to all this social media stuff, and like, okay, I want to grow my YouTube channel. Okay, what is the cost of growing my YouTube channel? Well, I have to do a bunch of stuff that I don't want to do so I can get the thing that I want. And what is the stuff I don't want to do? Okay, I'm not, well, yeah, all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff. I can't say like one of the things that helped me, because one of the things that helped me sounds like I've got it figured out, right? And no, I mean, channel's not big yet, we're not there yet. But at least mentally, one of the things that has helped me a lot with these past 10 days of posting has been it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. Like, yeah, you know, I like making the content. I don't like having to post it. I don't like having to open Instagram and go and reels and upload this and search for a song for it and then give it a name and then edit the cover. Oh, by the way, if you forget to edit the cover on YouTube, you're fucked. You can't change that. You did not put the cover on it in the YouTube short. You're done. I don't even like YouTube shorts. I don't like reels. I don't like shorts. I don't like Instagram stories. The only one of these things that I'm like still stubborning out on, I don't like it and I'm still not doing it, is TikTok. That is not a discussion for now. I just, but you know, baby steps. But I don't like that. I don't like choosing the song for it. I don't like giving it a name, then setting a location, then choosing the topics, then posting the thing, then doing it on the other one, then doing it on the other one, then doing it on the other one, then like that is not fun. That is not enjoyable, and I do not enjoy doing it. And I don't know if anybody does. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I don't enjoy it, and it doesn't matter that I don't think it's fun. It doesn't change the fact that that's what I have to do if I want this thing. Right? That's what I have to do. If this is what I want, this is what I have to do. End of story. And the sooner I just go, yeah, it turns out I don't get to enjoy everything. Who knew? Right? And that's it. Like, and so that becomes like a big part of it. And part of what I'm doing this month is that, getting used to that. Getting used to posting, getting used to organizing the video and posting it and making it not painless. You know, it's just, yeah, you know, I don't think I'm ever gonna like doing it, but at least getting used to it, right? Like getting used to it, making it become something that is not, you know, something that, even if I don't like doing it, at least I can do it. Like at least it's not a problem. And learning not to fight it. You know, learning to just, yeah. That's part of it. That's part of it. You post it, you check it, you see the metrics, you start to measure, you start to look, okay, what happened this day, what happened that day, what happens when I post at this hour, what happens when I do this, what happens when I change that, all that. I don't like that. That's not enjoyable, but, or at least not to me, but it's not negotiable. It's just part of what we do. So that's a big part of it. That's a big deal of it. And the whole pursuit of perfection and the whole idea of burning out doing these things and stuff like that is like, what are you sharing? Are you doing a month? Okay, so I've been blaming OBS. And no, what crashed was NVIDIA Broadcast. I'll keep that in mind for next time. I think what's crashing is NVIDIA Broadcast, not OBS. So I guess we'll yeah. Anyway, so yeah, what I was saying is that one of the things that I think has helped me with the acceptance that not every image I'm uploading is perfect, has been honestly the journaling part of it has helped a lot. I hope you guys are enjoying the journaling part of it, and thank you, by the way, for those of you that have told me that you do enjoy it. Thank you. That's great. Oh yes. But the journaling part has helped me a lot. Why? Because the journaling part makes me more aware of what's going on, right? It makes me more aware of what's going on. And so there's images I don't like. And like most artists, I pretty much hate all of them. But the journaling kind of helps me sort of stay with the mental state of this isn't about me showing off. This is about me getting better, right? And the other part that has really, really helped me, and I think it has helped me even more than the journaling, to be honest, is the general idea that at the end of the entire process, I'm gonna make a great YouTube video where I'm gonna go through all the 30 days. Like, I'm gonna go through the journey and talk about what I learned on this day and how I applied it on that. So I'm basically gonna make all that into a huge video. And the simple idea of being able to grab and say, this is where I started out, and this is where I got to on day 30. Like, look at where we are on day 30. That has made it so that I am okay with the images that are not great, or that I think are not great, because that has made it so when I make an image that is not great, I just think to myself, well, I mean, that's gonna look awesome when I make the video and I show, oh yeah, look at this and look how much I improved after that. So that whole idea of, you know, look how much I improved and look how far we've come, that helps as well, because that puts a lot more pressure on your 30th image. Well, again, I might get a little bit tiresome quoting this book that I'm reading, but I was reading something the other day in that book that was very interesting. And it was about how every artist has to find a way. Well, not every artist. The book is not about art. The book is actually about basketball. But it's not about basketball, but the guy trains basketball players. So every high-performing individual has to figure out the way they get pumped up, right? And so, and by the way, I apologize if anybody here is like super into basketball and I get something wrong. I'm not. I think basketball is one of the more tolerable ball-focused sports, but I don't really follow sports that involve chasing a ball, right? But they were talking about how every single high performer has to figure out what pumps them up. And Michael Jordan apparently was like a huge smack talker, right? Like apparently the guy was famous for just really, really doing a lot of smack talk. And so the guy would always go on the court and just start like talking smack. Basically, I'm gonna destroy you on the court. I think it's a court. Yeah. I'm gonna destroy you on the court. Now, most people would think that that's him trying to psych out the other players, but it turns out that it was actually him psyching himself. Like, apparently that's how he got into the zone. Like, just basically picking a fight. That's how he got into the zone. And that was his method. That was how he did it. He would go and start saying, like, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to, this, yeah, smart, you know, smack talking. And that's how he pumped himself up. Now, it's different for everybody. Hey, maybe that works for you. Maybe smack talking to your tablet works for you. Whatever works for you works. But the thing is, and this is something that we've actually spoken about before here, all this stuff we're talking about and all of this is great and all, but in the end, you also have to have the skill to back this all up, right? Like, I mean, there's no point in smack talking everybody, telling them you're going to destroy them on the court, and then you go to the court and you don't have the skill to back it up, right? Like, you know, I'm going to destroy you today, you know, and then you get to the court and, well, hey, right? So you have to have something to back it up with. You know, you can't just pump yourself up, but then have nothing to back it with. And that, you know, I think you guys might remember that I mentioned a webcomic artist called Scott Kurtz, that he was, well, he's not dead. I shouldn't like, he was, no, he's, well, he was famous for being an asshole. I say he was because I have not seen or heard about Scott Kurtz in years. So I don't know if he's still an asshole. For all I know, he became a delightful dude. So, but way back, over a decade ago, the guy was famous for not being a very nice person. Brilliant webcomic artist, though. And I mentioned this to you guys, that one time he was like at a convention or something, and he got the typical question of, you know, how do I do this? How do I, you know, get success as an artist and stuff like that? And he said to the audience something around the lines of, first of all, the first thing we need is that a lot of you have to admit that you're just not skilled enough to do this, right? Which, yeah, admittedly, very asshole thing to say. Also, a very hard truth, and a truth that needed to be said. There is a whole discussion to be had about the difference between, you know, telling the truth and just being rude, right? But anyway, yes, it is important that we do acknowledge the fact that, yes, sometimes it's... No, I think it's the same thing as... I think you've probably heard the phrase, like, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean nobody's chasing you. Right? Like, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean nobody's chasing you. And just because we all deal with... just because we all deal with imposter syndrome doesn't mean that we have stuff we need to work on and stuff that we're definitely not good at and stuff that we should improve. Just because we deal with feelings of insecurity doesn't mean that we don't have anything that we shouldn't feel insecure about. And it's a very difficult balance to be proposing. But the idea is to deal with imposter syndrome, but at the same time make the peace with the fact that you do have stuff that you need to improve, and you do have stuff that you need to study, and you do have stuff that you are not good at and you should get better at. And that's just the way it is, right? So basically, the whole idea is that you gotta figure out what moves you, right? Like, what drives you to get in the zone and just work like nothing else exists in the world, and it's just you and that tablet or you and that paper and stuff like that. And that can be different for everybody. One of the things I've discovered that is a little bit less relevant, but I will be talking about when I make the video, and I'll talk about it now, with the face challenge, is I get in the zone. Okay, first of all, I get in the zone early in the morning. I get in the zone early in the morning, and I get in the zone with music. And I get in the zone with the most cliched music you can imagine. It's like... It is like the... It's like the most toxic masculine thing you can imagine. It's like I need a bunch of steroid-infused bodybuilders to all come and bukkake me, because it's that much testosterone, right? Like, it's just, I need, like, I get up at 3 in the morning and I come and I sit down at this tablet, and the first thing I do is I open YouTube and I look for workout motivation music. And this is a combination of, like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of 2 Steps from Hell, but 2 Steps from Hell is like somebody heard trailer music for epic movies and said, I'm just gonna do that. And so it's a combination of that and a music genre that I just discovered last year that is called funk. Not F-U-N-K, P-H-O-N-K. So yeah, funk. I'm just gonna write it. So yeah, funk. So it is like the most hyper aggressive, like, like when that super muscly dude walks into the gym wearing that muscle t-shirt that is the closest they can get to not wearing a shirt while still wearing a shirt, and they just walk into the gym and look around like, oh, like I own this place, and you can just smell the creatine on them, and they just go and grab all the dumbbells, and I need all of these because I'm having them for lunch. And that like the music that happens when that guy enters the gym, that is what I'm playing during the morning when I'm working on the face challenge images. And it has been working for me wonderfully. The combination of 3 a.m., there's nothing else in the world, right? Like at 3 a.m., it is just me and my tablet. Nothing else is happening at 3 a.m. Nothing else, right? So nothing else is happening at 3 a.m. It's just me, the tablet. The temperature is just right because it's not hot. It's like a nice kind of chill weather, no distractions. It's dark. I'm up early. I'm feeling productive. My brain just kind of started up its engines. I play this aggressive music and I sit down, and of course I haven't gotten into the zone all 10 days, but if the right combination happens, it's becoming more and more dependable. And of course it can't be just one thing, because then it becomes too delicate, right? Like I can only be in the zone at 3 a.m. listening to a funk workout motivation mix while the temperature is the exact 17 degrees that it must be. Like no, you find out different things that put you into the zone, and you just kind of learn to control that. Like, okay, I'm gonna listen to my music, I'm gonna do my thing. There's this one guy, I forgot his name, and he talks about the power of rituals, right? And he says that while most people reject routine, it is important to have both routine and rituals. And he says routine is important to have because routine makes your workday predictable. And while movies and social media and all that kind of stuff have taught us that predictable is not good, predictable is actually what you want, because unpredictability in your workday is what throws you off, right? So you want to keep your workday as predictable as possible. I remember that you said that that's what you wanted. You wanted a job that was predictable. Just you painting rocks, if I recall correctly. But yes, you want to make your routine, because you want your workday to be predictable, because you want to keep it under control. And you want rituals because rituals help trigger things. So okay, I listen to this type of music when I'm going to work out, and I listen to this type of music when I'm going to sit down on my tablet. And so you kind of start to put all these things together, and you figure out like, this is how I function at peak capacity. And then you start to build around that, and you expand a little bit. But you also need to be willing to experiment, because that's something that happens a lot. Like, okay, a lot of times we think we know what makes us work at peak capacity, but we don't really. Like, have you tried working out at all hours of the day? Like, you know, most people say, and by the way, Nightcow, I'm not saying this specifically meaning you, because I don't know what you've done, but I get so many students that tell me like, oh, no, I work better like at night. And question is, yeah, have you tried working in the morning? Because like, I'll only accept that if you've given it a legit, if you've given waking up early a legit chance. And when I say a legit chance is you actually like just like this. I'll just stream like this. We call it the egg stream. This is oh, I should paint like a little face on the head, and that's how I stream. Like we just paint a little face, and that's it. That's oh, I'm gonna do it for next time because I actually have to stop in 2 minutes. So yeah. So anyway, before I go, I think it's important to point out that I mean, you all know this. Like I said, I'm talking to a bunch of professionals here. So I know that I don't have to say this to you guys, but I think it's important to say it for posterity, like in case this video gets watched by other people, or in case this video gets watched in the future by yourselves, or in case actually any of you didn't need to hear this. Very, very important. All the things I've said during this afternoon are the things that I have discovered that work for me right now. This is very, very important. These are the things that work for me right now. This doesn't mean that they necessarily will work for you or that they have to work for you. And even in my case, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for me forever. It's working for me right now. Maybe next month, maybe next week, maybe in a few years, things will change and I'll adapt and my methods will change and the things I do will change and my thoughts will change and my opinions will change and all that kind of stuff. So I clarify this because all these things I've said are as they apply to me. And if you watching this are looking for ways to increase your productivity, to work better, to avoid burnout, to do all the things that we've discussed today, do keep in mind that my solutions are not going to work for you, right? My solutions are my solutions and they apply to me. What you can do with everything I've said is maybe use it to think a little bit about your situation and your circumstances and how these things might apply to you. You can even try them out. That doesn't mean it's going to work, right? So and yeah, you know, like Nat Class says, I think it does need to be said because it's important to point out that no artist, not me or any artist, and I'm talking about all the other YouTube artists that are out there, the really, really big ones and all that kind of stuff. No artist has the magic solution that applies to all artists, right? Like, no artist has the magic method that's going to unlock your creativity and productivity and all that kind of stuff. All an artist can really do is tell you what has worked for them. The end. So keep that in mind, right? Like, I wake up at 3 a.m. and it works wonderfully for me. Is it going to work for you? I don't know. Give it a try. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure it probably won't. Waking up at 3 a.m. is not a very common thing. And that's just one example, right? So do keep that in mind. The idea is more that you sit down and think about your situation, your circumstances, how you work, and what works for you. Every person and every artist is going to be different that way. So, yeah, like keep that in mind. And of course, if you do come up with methods, if you do come up with like, hey, I tried this, like, hey, I slept, I slept with an inhaler up my butt. And then when I woke up at exactly 4:13 and 45 seconds and drank my own urine and sat down and put the tablet upside down and worked with the eraser part of the pen while listening to that annoying frog 3D video from the early 2000s, I made the best art of my life. Hey, that's I'm not gonna say that's great, but hey, whatever works for you, right? Whatever works for you. So, but hey, if you try out something and it works for you, share it. Tell us about it. Tell us about what you did. Tell us about what worked for you, and there you go. Now, that's going to be it for me today. I'll be back on Friday with the art challenge. I still don't know what the art challenge is going to be, but we are going to have an art challenge on Friday, and I will share it on the Discord as soon as I figure out what it's going to be. So I do hope you guys can join me on the art challenge. Right now, I'm going to log off. I'm going to go places with Pew. And also, I don't have time right now because I should have ended a couple of minutes ago. But I would love it. I would love to hear or read in the Discord what you guys think about this schedule from 3 to 6. If it works better for you, if you found it easier to like come and hang out and stuff like that. Is this schedule better? Does this schedule work better? Or are you just saying like, God damn it, why did you change this? This doesn't work for us. I am going to continue doing it on Friday. Still want to give it a fair chance. That's gonna be it. I hope you guys liked the conversation. I enjoyed it. So you have been watching the Ministry of Abnormality YouTube live broadcast. I've been your host of Abnormal. Today has been Tuesday, although it feels like Friday, May 9th of 2023. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. Thank you for listening to me ramble for 3 hours. Well, 2 hours and 50 minutes. 54. And I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties and stuff like that. Not my fault, but I'll still apologize. I will see you all Friday for the art challenge, and until then, good hunting, stay naughty, and thank you for watching. Have I been scratching my nose the entire street? My nose is it's too hot. It's too hot, and my nose itches because of the heat. I don't want people to think I've been doing like something very cliched for my country before the stream, but man, my nose is itchy. What the hell? I'm so glad people can't see that I'm picking it right now, but it's just so itchy. Okay. Well, and then sniffing. Okay, yeah, that's great.